Spits TV News.
What's really good, y'all? You already know what time it is. It's me, your boy Red Spits, and oh my goodness, we have liftoff, y'all. You know what I'm saying? And the topic of discussion at the moment, y'all already know, is the Jim Jones versus Pusha T incident slash beef slash hip hop battle. All right, let's get into it. There was a few jabs thrown at Jim Jones because early in the year, Dipset partnered up with Drake. Drake did a concert. I don't know the exact date, but you guys should be fully aware of it. Drake did a concert at the Apollo. When he did the Apollo, Harlem, New York is where the Apollo is located, y'all. That's where the correlation resides. When he did the concert, he invited the Dipset, the Diplomats, a.k.a. Cameron Giles, Killer Cam, Joel Santana, Human Crack in the Flesh, and then Jimmy Jones. She touched it in Miami. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? Jim Jones, you know what I mean? He's definitely coming to his own. There's no bias here, man. But I just thought that was funny. But anyway, Drake brings out Dipset, and that causes problems and a little bit of friction. I do not believe that it should have caused too much friction, but I believe that it was on the behest of Jim Jones. You know, while this whole thing was going on, there was a lot of talk. Leave the boy alone. We behind him, Dipset. Y'all know how Jim Jones get it, man. Get down in the comment section, man. I would like y'all to express y'all favorite Jim Jones moment over the years, but y'all do know how Jim Jones gives it up. Pause. So at the end of the day, Pusha T's spider senses did go off, and Pusha T made one or two comments, non-direct, nothing super missile or anything like that. And the talk continued to go on. Now, here's where the beef really heated up. There was a complex list that was created of the 50 top lyricists, I think of the decade or something, for all time something. Complex is always the culprit in the middle of something because they always coming with some type of list. No, I don't believe anybody over there at Complex is well versed in hip hop from the streets or any of that nature to the point that they could give a unbiased opinion and a full credible list. You know what I'm saying? But they come with their little list again, and here we are. Jim Jones was on a podcast. I don't have the name of the podcast, y'all. We're gonna go back and highlight all of that stuff as the beef goes on. We'll bring it back to you. Jim Jones made a mention during this podcast that it was one Pusha T that he didn't believe should have been on the list or before him or whatever have you. He's not a top 50 or top 10 or whatever position Pusha T landed on that list. That sparked the whole situation. Jim Jones did speak a little bit spicy, and he did get a little bit out of line as far as, you know what I'm saying, the rappers. You know, when it comes down to the battle, we already know there's a fine line you tread about saying anything else about an MC before he comes with a couple of bars at your head top. You feel me? So that's what happened. Couple bars came at Jim Jones' head top. And Pusha T did it in grandiose fashion like Pusha T does. And there was a new leaked clips or Pusha T song. I'm not really sure because the song still hasn't come out, where there was a couple of bars dropped toward Jim Jones. And this song came to be or was heard during Pharrell's Louis Vuitton in Paris fashion show, as Pharrell has received the top level position in Louis Vuitton, the same position I believe that Virgil had. Rest in peace, Virgil. But at the end of the day, there we have it. So there was a shot, maybe a little dart, back at Jim Jones. And now we have a full-fledged Jim Jones diss. Jim Jones drops a diss towards Pusha T, tells him to do that over and everything. And we coming back today to let y'all know that the beef is heating up. We got information that Killer Cameron Giles, has taken time off of his new sports show called It Is What It Is. It's bubbling. The show is bubbling. But what Cam has said, and I quote, because everybody knows that Cam and Jim Jones have always been at odds here and there and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was speculating that because Cam chose Mace for his new It Is What It Is show, that he wasn't really rocking with Jim. But here's what Cam said word for word. He said, nah, Push, me and Capo definitely don't be on the same page all the time. But I don't go against the family. Harlem. Don't use no old problems we had to try and win a battle. Get in that booth. You nice, but Jim Jones got you on the ropes and you ain't rope-a-doping. And I don't care if y'all put me in y'all bars. I quit. I do sports. So at the end of the day, Cam's letting us know that he's not going to be on a diss track going at Pusha. And rightfully so. I wouldn't want to see him do that. Although I think Cam can hold his own. He's held his own with other greats, such as Nas, such as Jay-Z, such as 50 Cent. But at the end of the day, let Jim Jones do what he needs to do. I believe that this could be an organic situation if Jim Jones and Pusha T just keep it straight hip-hop. So what do you guys believe? How do you feel about Cam jumping in? Do you think Jewels will follow suit? Last week, we also heard a tweet from J.R. Ryder, who said that he would come back out if Jim tapped him in. We don't, over here at Spitz TV News, we don't believe J.R. Just stay out of that, man. You know, but at the end of the day, who you got? Drop down in that comment section. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. You already know what it is, man. So the algorithm can circulate us. And we can get this conversation popping, man. I want to know who you got down in the comment section. You got Pusha T or you got Jim Jones? This your boy Rad Spitz TV News. Holla.